Hello and welcome to Forza Horizon 5. Let's go. We have got a bumper show lined up for our biggest update ever. So let's hurry up and take a look at the schedule. So as you may have seen in Forza Monthly, this series is all about celebrating the history of Forza Horizon. It has been 10 years, can you believe it? I can't. Since the world got their very first glimpse of Horizon Colorado, and each week of the series will be celebrating one of the 4 previous games. We already took a look at week 1, but we're going to continue our deep dive of the remaining 3 weeks of the playlist, including all the rewards you can earn across the series. Up next, we're going to be talking about the new Horizon Mixtape station. That's right, folks. New songs even are coming to Forza Horizon 5, including more than a few bangers we think you're going to love. Then we're going to go for a spin in some of the new reward cars coming this series, and maybe check out some of the changes to our ever-evolving world of Mexico. Earlier today, I also had a very special chat with none other than Forza Horizon legend Ralph Fulton about how far our favourite racing game has come, so we're going to be bringing you that too. Then we're going to check out a returning feature. I'm hoping we have some Forza Horizon 3 fans watching, because we're going to be talking about some midnight battles. And finally, we'll be checking out the biggest update to the event lab yet, with a staggering 97 new props for you to get creative with. But before we start, as always, I'd like to introduce the Playground devs who will be guiding us through this jam-packed series update. Up first, we have community developer Giuseppe. How are you doing, my dear?
Hello there, Charlie. Hello there. Nice to see you. I'm glad it's actually played, and don't laugh, just wait.
You've practiced that for a while.
Well, it was already broken. So, yeah, glad to be here, and yeah, very, very happy to be here, actually.
Brilliant. Bringing the energy as always. Love it. Next up, we have our resident car expert, vehicle content supervisor, Mr. Chris Phillips. How are you doing, my dear?
Yeah, I'm good. Yourself, yeah?
Yes, very, very good. Good show earlier, wasn't it?
It was good.
Some of your faves. Got a few more faves coming up, I believe.
Oh, yes.
Lovely. And finally, we have game designer Kelly. Welcome, Kelly. How are you over there, Kelly?
I'm good, how are you?
Thank you so much for joining us. So we've already seen week 1. We ain't going to talk about that again, so instead we're going to dive straight into week 2 of the festival playlist, which surprisingly enough is celebrating Forza Horizon 2. You see what we're doing here? Shall we take a look at the festival playlist and see what the folks have got up on the menu this time around?
Yes.
Can we
Just going to do that throughout the
I'll take it off. That's it. Okay, I'm done. Bye.
So let's have a look then. We got Forza Horizon 2. This is the one after summer, which is autumn, my brain says.
Take a quick sneak peek at the badges before we start? Yeah.
You know what?
Okay, yeah, that sounds like a better idea.
Good. We've got a few new badges there, and I really like. Look, how did I greet you, Charlie? Hello there.
Hello there.
May the Forza be with you.
General Kenobi.
So the exact General Kenobi. No, it's. Okay, Kelly, you take this on, because I'm gonna start laughing now, and I'm not gonna finish it. No, okay, no,
Okay, so we've got 7 new badges this series, 1 for playing each week of the playlist,
yes,
and obviously for earning the reward cars, and what was the last one? And playing the Series IE, which is a new feature we spoke about in the Forza Monthly. So, yes.
Awesome. Is it festival playlist now, or is there anything else you guys need to spring on me?
So as a little extra, nice to have, we have new achievements and new accolades too, but they'll be in our blog post as well.
Yes, and the achievements should go live now. They should start popping up
Right,
like...
excuse me, I've got something I need to go do then. You guys do the show. I'll get those.
Fair enough.
But to the festival playlist, if we look at the cars first.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
So, starting with summer, obviously, Forza Anniversary, Darius Flint's car's back. So that's the Ferrari 599XX, and also we have the Plymouth Barracuda, which is a really nice muscle car.
Yes, going for the American theme there. So for the festival playlist, every week if you go do the collectible challenge, you can earn the cover car. So I advise everyone to go do that first, like we mentioned earlier. And then the cover car is used throughout the week. So the weekly challenge is in the cover car, the photo challenge. So if we go through, the dailies as well have a nice little nod to each game to kind of reference the features that kind of dropped that
Nice,
game.
Cool.
So a lovely little nod is the photo shoot, speed stunt, and the style stunt. So each outpost in the original Horizon had these, so kind of nice little touch to them. And then we've got a few event labs. You want to have a look and read through them. And then for PR stunts, every week focuses on the games that had them. I've just realised we're showing Festival Playlist 1 again. And we're meant to be
That's
doing week
fine.
2.
Maybe some people went in the first one. Let's give them the TLDR on summer if you want.
TLDR. Loads of USA themes, loads of Colorado, loads of the Viper. But to go to week 2, we are focusing on Horizon Europe.
Ooh,
So
very nice.
Very, very nice cars this week, lots of hypercars.
Yes, so bring back the original Koenigsegg. We've got later ones, but this is an original one, another FH1 car, and the Gallardo Spider. Because it's a Lamborghini, it's Europe.
Exactly. It's going to be a good week.
It's not got a roof. It's all good.
So we've got the weekly, and as I said, you can earn that by doing the collectible bonus boards. And this week we've got playground games that dropped in Horizon 2. Lots of speed zones for everyone to play. And a nice to note is we've turned on all the Evolving World PR stunts for the whole series. So if you missed any from the past, come back and it'll be active.
Nice, love that.
Yes.
Just a shout at Kino Nocturne and as a reward, song reward for all those people that really like some nostalgic, you know. So I think it's good to have like these rewards as you know, when you complete this activity and you start with your Horizon mixtape. And
I like it.
Some vibes.
Yeah, great vibes.
Yeah.
Big
So for
fan.
anyone that watched Forza Monthly, we went through the story, and you can earn song rewards from the story and the seasonal championships, and go collect them in your accolades.
Cool, wonderful.
So nice little nod to all the Europe cars. So we've got the hot hatches, very popular. Eurocross, lots of cool cars there. And each week a festival site is active, a new one, or different places. So the string should explain where that is. And if you go there and take a picture under the mural in the nice kind of outpost. Yes, yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so we're going to have a look at week 3 now, which is a fan favourite instalment of when Horizon Festival landed in Australia. So what have we got going on in there?
So, yeah, another Horizon 1 car. There's a theme. Don't know if anyone's guessed that.
The whole season's a theme.
You don't say.
So this is one of my favourite cars from Horizon 1. It's the Eagle Speedster. It's one that, back when we were making Horizon 1, everyone here was very passionate about. It's, yeah, we'll go into it later on, but Eagle Speedster. And then to tie into the original Hot Wheels expansion, we have the Ford Mustang.
Very nice.
So going through winter, this celebrates Australia. So we've got a nod to the Centenario. And a cool little thing is it's the anniversary section because it was built to celebrate Lamborghini's 100th birthday.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah. And then I'll just do a little flick through the dailies for anyone that wants to check them out. So again, Blizzard Mountain, Midnight Battles, all references to features that dropped in Australia.
I like that. Oh, do you even? Yeah, you do.
Do you even?
So
So we brought the stock showdowns back for this month. So if anyone wants to try them out, see which cars you like, give them a go. And we've got Danger Signs, which dropped in Australia, and then lots of championships that match kind of the vibe. Clever Girl is Any Raptor, so that's a nice little fun one there.
Very nice. Awesome.
And if you play the story,
Yep.
that also gives you points for the playlist.
Cool. And then for the final season of the year, we're going to be taking things back to Great Britain because, as we know, seasons didn't change everything. How are we rounding off the update?
So cars-wise, it's another Forza Horizon 1 car. It's the Aston Martin 177. We'll show it later on, but absolutely gorgeous car, that one. And it wouldn't be Horizon 4 without the peel.
It really wouldn't, would it? Yeah.
makes sense.
And then through the playlist, we've got the McLaren Senna for the week. So you can do that in the weekly, doing it in the photo challenges, and then a little nod to the different parts of the game. So Trailblazers from Fortune Island,
Yep.
British Racing Green for our stories, Master Builder for Lego expansion, for anyone interested. And then the stock showdown again, so the Land Rover this week, the Event Lab. This is the first time we've ever had Hot Wheels pieces in a featured event lab for the festival playlist. That's fun to play if you haven't tried any of the tracks out. Trailblazers and Drift Zones, Mini Mayhem and Well Seasoned. And then if anyone loved Fortune Island like me, we've done a little nod to the Fame and Fortune treasure hunt there. So that's a fun one if you want to try that out. Yeah.
Awesome. Wonderful stuff. Now, we mentioned a few times throughout that there's like music and tracks and vibes is a word we've said quite a few times already. So let's talk about that for a moment. I know I love, and many people out there love, the soundtrack for Forza Horizon 5, but after many hundred of hours, I do think we're ready to hear some fresh tunes as we're tearing across the Mexican desert. So who here, hands up, can tell me don't be about Horizon Mixtape?
So the Mixtape is a new radio station, so you can scroll through and find it at the end. And it's hosted by Scott Tyler, our character that's been here since Horizon 1. And it's just playing a few really good tunes from the old games. You can earn a few songs towards the radio station if you play the championships and the story.
Yep.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to run through some of the artists that are going to be coming back. So keep your ears out, see if you've got any favourites. From Forza Horizon 1, we've got Porter Robinson, Avicii and Mode Step. Forza Horizon 2, we're bringing back tracks from Kino and Metric. Forza Horizon 3, we're going to be seeing Camo and Crooked, Blink-182, Fred V and Graphics, The Offspring, yes, and The Nox, and lastly Dusky. In Forza Horizon 4, we've got tracks from Odessa, Metrics, Marshmallow, and another one from Fred V and Graphics. So if you've spotted any faves in there, great news. Your ears are going to love this update very much, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Chris, I'm going to come over to you now. We have seen some of the reward cards throughout the festival playlist, but I think it's time we take some of them for a drive. So what are we going to start with?
Sure. Let's start with the Eagle Speedster.
Yes. Okay. Personal favourite of yours, I hear.
It really is.
Yes.
So Giuseppe didn't know this, but Enzo Ferrari famously once said the Jaguar E-Type was the prettiest car ever made. The Eagle Speedster is like, I want to say Resto Mod, but this is kind of before Resto Mod became a thing. It's heavily based on an E-Type, but kind of reimagined in a way. So engine-wise, it's the original inline 6, but brought out to 4.7 litres, up to like 330 horsepower. But the original shape is very much kept, but just accentuated, so the curves kind of exaggerated a bit more. And it's just such a beautiful car.
And you've taken it somewhere very special as well.
Yes. Do you want to tell us about this?
Yes. So every week we have a different festival outpost that's been added to the game. And they have these beautiful murals at the back, different props from that game. And this is where you can take the photo challenge. So in week 1, it's in the canyon with a lovely backdrop. So yes.
It's not bad, is it? You're going to take a nice picture for us now, or?
Yeah,
Let's do it.
Oh, look at that.
good stuff.
Beautiful.
Do you think Ferrari liked the car because it's got the red interiors?
Oh, I don't know.
Got those little hints throughout, right?
Yeah. I like that color.
Really beautiful, like classic.
This is a great way to show the internals. Today. What a great idea! Obviously works best on soft tops, but so should we have a look at another car as well? I know you probably do the entire rest of the stream in this one, Chris, but I do think we should try and get in another one. Unless there's any fun facts you want to share about this one before we have to say goodbye to it.
Not that I can remember.
Okay.
Should we jump into
Perfect.
the next one?
Yes, the next one. It's the
177?
I think that's it. Let's do that one.
Yes.
We drive it,
I like
drive it
that.
up to one of the circuits to show off some of the other new things this series.
So every week with Evolving World, Adam, May and Chris have put so much love into this update, and we have the outposts, we have the Event Lab prop pack, which we'll come to later, but every race you play for the series will also have what we call racification swaps. So all the assets in the event are swapped to assets from the old games.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
So as we're technically in summer, Horizon 1 week, if you go into a race, there'll be assets like the inflatable airman and Colorado kind of gantries.
Wait, did you say waving arm man? A wacky waving arm inflatable
He's
Jeep
back.
man. Oh my days. Okay, well, I'm going to sit up for this then. I cannot wait for this. I've said this before in stream, but I joined for Horizon 3. So I love, like Chris, for example, you getting really nostalgic over 1 and 2, but it's also a really nice chance because I don't know if I'm going to get the chance to play 1 and 2. So going back and seeing it all reimagined, next-genified in 5, I think it's such a cool idea. And yeah, looking forward to seeing what this wacky waving arm inflatable tube man looks like today in 2022. Who'd have thought?
What a beauty. So actually there are only 77 of these ones.
There are 77 177s.
I
funnily
see
enough.
the name, yeah.
Yeah, it was a really like one-off kind of car. I know they made 77, so it's 177 off. But yeah, it's a really beautiful thing. Had a somewhat bespoke engine. It's a 7.3 litre normally aspirated V12, which is just an incredible engine. looks absolutely phenomenal. And my favourite thing about these is, saying earlier, Aston Martin's not too far from our studio, and the design team, yeah, it's a couple miles from here.
Oh wow, okay.
And the design team had one of these as just like a loaner they could book out. So around Leamington, where Playground is, you would just occasionally see a 177 parallel parked on the high street and things like that.
Casual as you like, yeah.
Really bizarre thing for, I think they're about £2 million, something like that. Crazy expensive things.
I love the idea of everyone in the office spotting that and being like, it's here, everyone go see it, it's on the street.
You'd honestly just walking home, you'd occasionally just like look up a back street and they'd just be sitting there. It's so bizarre.
That's amazing.
Yeah, absolutely incredible looking thing. Proper GT car. And I'm going to struggle to win this race. There's some very quick cars.
You don't want to damage the car. That's why, is it? Again, there are only 77 of these.
But it's fine because we've got loads of time to see the wacky inflatable man.
Ooh.
Yeah, in fact, I've not spotted him yet. Maybe that's because I'm not looking.
Don't touch my Ferrari, Chris. Don't touch my Ferrari. You scratch my Ferrari.
Eagle,
Where
is
are
he?
And
There he is.
There he is!
There you go.
Yeah! Oh, there's two of them. Oh, amazing.
So, and of course, Chris doesn't come with any weapons attached, no, nothing.
It was too expensive for
Alright.
a certain spy.
I needed to make sure, unless there was like some, special feeder we put, and I was not aware of it. Just because, just for science.
Got to check,
to ask,
absolutely, yeah.
Fair enough.
I was going to say any celebrity owners, but we can cross that one off the
Yeah.
list. Not them.
No.
Yeah.
No.
What's it like to drive? Is it good?
It
I mean, you
is.
said it's fast. You probably won't win this one. Is that because it's just too fast, or?
Yeah, well, it's more of a GT car, so it's not built for track stuff. So it's quick in a straight line, very stable, but just not as precise as some of the cars in this. I think I saw it was the Ferrari F12 TDF on the grid. That's a monster of a thing.
I wonder
You're doing a grand job.
if anybody brought this to Nürburgring just to see.
I mean, you'd be brave.
Don't want to destroy the car if I were
Yeah.
really there. Well, I wouldn't drive it, not even if they pay for me. Actually, no, you can have 1 million if you drive the car, but if you damage it, you're gonna pay 2 million. So what you do?
Yeah, no, that's a really good point.
Right? So
Yeah, no.
it's risky.
I think 4 is very good. I'm very proud of you.
There you go.
I'm not proud.
Fair enough.
So we're going to take a look at another car now, and this is a personal, successful favourite, I'm going to say. We have the Koenigsegg. You told me how to say this one earlier. I say Aguera, but the correct pronunciation, I believe, is...
I say Agera.
Agera.
You say Agera as
Agera.
well. So
Okay.
we all say it differently.
How do you do it, Giuseppe?
Agera. No,
Right.
I'm joking.
So we're going to have a look at this one, but this one in specific has some pretty cool customization options. So let's take this one back home and have a look at them in there. I say successful because this one, for me, the legacy car, anytime I get this in game, I use it to do any speed activities and PR stunts. It is my jam. So I love that this is being spotlighted.
And in fact, when we published the one of the assets for social media for the monthly, people were like, "Oh, Jagger is back on!" and stuff. So yeah, we knew it was going to be
Good. Everyone likes
very
it.
much appreciated. Yes.
Wonderful.
I really like this one because an optional extra that this car had back in the day was a roof box.
It looks illegal.
It's so... I love it. I just love it. The idea
What would you
of
put in there, though? I don't
skis.
understand.
I think it is for skis, actually.
Okay, for skis,
Yeah.
right.
But it's just the idea of putting that on a €1.5 million supercar.
It's got a weekly shop in it or something. I don't know.
I'll tell you what to do with that. In Italy, the south of Italy, we take everything on the roof without any protection. So let's say you put your furniture there, you put a sofa, and you just keep it one hand per seat, and that's how you bring stuff in Italy. And you need to, get smart.
Everything Giuseppe said is just a joke.
Yeah. No, actually,
Do not do that to your car.
no, don't do it. Not on that car. If you
no,
own that,
absolutely
GG
not.
for that.
But you can do it in game if you want with that.
Yeah.
So that's a fun one. All right, is there anything else we wanted to go through with the Koenigsegg?
Well, I was going to show as well. So we're adding some new rims this series
nice.
as well. I believe the full list is going up on the blog.
Yes, they're correct, Chris.
But it's ADV1 is the brand. We're adding 22 new rims, and they're buried within 3 different screens. So I'll only try and find one set of them just to show them. But I really like these actually. Some really nice rims from ADV1.
And you say a blog post is going to go up that's going to have all the information.
Recap of all this, which actually kind of hinted, well, we hinted it at Turbine Tuesday. Well, put 4DV. Some actually got it.
Yeah,
Other
there's always
didn't.
people out there who get it, isn't there?
It's always
They'll
fun
never
to see what they're going to come up with.
People are too smart.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay, so those are all of the cars we wanted to run through, and the new rims, of course. Before we have a look at anything else, though, I want to share something quite special, because earlier today I spoke with Forza Horizon legend Ralph Fulton to celebrate the history of our favourite driving game. So let's take a look at what he had to say. Hello, Ralph. Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us. We were thinking that since it's been a while since you've been on a Horizon stream, and given we are here to celebrate the decade, release of Forza Horizon, who better really to help us look back than the person who helped us start it all, and that is you. It is you.
It is me. Thank you, Charlie. It's lovely to be here. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. I'm very excited. To be here is an honour, I must say, to be having this conversation with you in this space. So.
Yes, this space that I've never been in before, actually.
Which
this is my
I
first
don't
live
believe
stream in this space. But yeah, it's great to be back here. I can scarcely believe it's been 10 years since we shipped Forza Horizon. So definitely worth a celebration. And I could talk about that game and the 10 years since for hours. So your challenge is to stop me.
Let's lock us in. Right, so we'll go back now, 10 years ago, as you say, since Horizon 1 came out. And I'm sure a lot of people do know that games don't just spring up overnight. There was a little bit of a development period beforehand. So I want to know what it was like being given the keys to such a huge name in the Forza brand and then taking it in a new direction.
Yeah, amazing experience. So 2012 we shipped the game. 2 years before that, I don't think we'd even signed a deal to make it.
Oh,
so
wow,
everything happened in an incredibly compressed time period. So I think 2 years before we shipped, we were actually going out to Redmond to pitch to the Forza Motorsport team.
You did that. Wow.
We did, and we went out and pitched Forza Horizon to a team who, for my money, were like the best racing developer in the world at the time. Probably one of the best developers, full stop, in the time.
Still going for
and
sure.
we were three guys with a PowerPoint and some ideas about how we'd do some things differently within the Forza franchise. And you know what? They were so lovely to us. They were so generous with their time and their feedback. And ultimately, they gave us a deal to go do it. So what happened 2011 and then 2012 is just a blur to me, really.
I can imagine, yeah.
We went from like 16 people to over 100. We expanded in this building that has been our home since back in 2010. I remember the summer of 2012, we had no aircon and it was really hot, and the whole team sweltered while fixing bugs that summer. But we got there and we shipped that game, and I look back on it and I'm still incredibly proud and fond of it.
Yeah, absolutely. I think you guys smashed it straight out of the gate. Let me just say that for true. So we're going to go back firmly 10 years now, not so much reflective, but here we are, 10 years, the game's about to come out. What was that like to ship the game and then to see the original reception from the players as well?
Yeah, I mean, as I recall, it was a combination of relief, certainly. Like
I don't think developers talk about the relief enough, you know.
Do you know they don't? But I'm sure it is the primary emotion that most developers feel when they reach that point, and particularly for us as a new studio, our first game, this team that had come together during that period and made the game. Yeah, relief was really up there, right? But also, I think pride. You kind of get a sense when you're shipping a game, maybe a couple of months before, that everything's going to be all right.
Yeah.
And we definitely had that sense about Horizon. We'd achieved what we wanted to. It wasn't everything that we'd planned. That original pitch had a ton of ideas that we didn't get to for many years.
Okay.
But that first Forza Horizon game was something that we were incredibly proud of. And then to see that validated by the press, who gave us some really nice reviews, and most importantly, Forza fans, who I think had been a little bit unsure of what they were getting up to that point. To see them embrace Horizon meant everything to us.
Yeah, so that PowerPoint paid off then.
Absolutely. Best PowerPoint I ever did.
Amazing. So, I'm a big fan of the game myself, and one of my favourite things within Horizon are the showcase events. And I think that goes for a lot of the community as well. It's a sort of a staple within the Horizon series. So I have to ask, do you have a personal favourite along the way?
Oh, so I've got so many favourites.
Go through them all. Let's do it.
Let me draw a list for you. So the first thing we should say is that we talked about that pitch that we took over to Redmond. Showcases weren't part of that. That was not an idea we had at that time. It was actually an idea that came up while we were building the first Forza Horizon. And specifically, it was one of our level designers, a guy called Lee, who started messing around with the idea of a race down the mountainside in Colorado against a plane. And we didn't have any tech for it, we hadn't planned for it, so he was kind of doing it in his own time. And for a long time, a lot of folks didn't really get it. Like, why am I racing a plane?
Well, yeah,
it doesn't
you're just
make any
traditional
sense.
car racing at this point, and then someone walks in with a plane idea.
Exactly. And like, what are the rules of this race, and who set it up? And actually, what Lee was going for, and what we really fell in love with, was it's kind of tapping into that old Top Gear thing, you know, where they just do crazy things in cars with other vehicles, and it's for the spectacle rather than, you know, like a true race.
The sheer fun of it all.
Exactly, which
Absolutely.
ultimately is what Horizon is about, and you have to lean into that when you're making a Horizon game. And that was one of the first times we learned that lesson, I think. So that Mustang versus Mustang, as it became, is definitely one of my favourites. There's an absolutely nuts one in Horizon 2 where you race against 37 balloons set to opera music. And again, like, it's not, do you know what? I think if you polled 100 people or 100 Horizon fans, none of them would say that one's their favourite, but it has a special place in my heart. And then I always come back to the Jeep showcase, which is right at the start, Forza Horizon 3. Technically, that was the hardest thing we'd ever done at that time.
Okay.
And the way the team pulled that off was just really incredible and inspirational to me. And then I always come back to the Halo showcase in Forza Horizon 4, which looked...
What a moment.
So I'll tell you, the moment was when it stopped looking absolutely awful, right? And it looked awful, and this is to your point, that games take a long time to make. Like, for a long time, that Halo showcase looked like we should probably cut it. But the team, as you know, as they always do, went the extra mile. You know, we're still waiting on assets to come in from 343. We're waiting to see if we could get Jen Taylor to do the voice of Cortana. But all these things came together, and then when they showed me it pretty much finished, I could not believe the production value that they put into this thing. And I watched it back the other night just thinking about this, and it's still amazing. Like the job they did on that.
The music as well. The fact that that stayed within the station. So that was my favourite station in 4 as well.
Yeah.
And at any point you could be driving around beautiful historic Britain, and then the Halo soundtrack comes on. Phenomenal.
Exactly. And the Cortana sort of voiceover track over that showcase was like very evocative of the series, and also really funny as well. So that's one of my favourites.
Cortana, do you read me? I heard you need a pickup. Cortana to Kilo Actual. Perfect timing.
And what about 5, the most recent edition? Any favourites in that?
So I'm still, here's the thing about 5, and probably the reason I've not been on this show for a really long time.
Oh God, what are you going to say? You've not played it?
No. That would be an admission to make. Well, no, it's different from all the others in that I played it as a fan, right? I didn't work on that game. And I got the luxury, which I never thought I would get, which is sitting down on the day of release, or maybe a week before, and playing it like I would any other game, just as a fan of the Horizon series. And I'll be honest, that intro sequence, you know, the cars coming out, the plane, blew my mind, right? And the way that, like, as a developer, I'm looking at like the technical expertise that has gone into that, the kind of smoke and the mirrors and the way that they've pulled that off is incredible. But also it just captured that adrenaline rush that every Horizon intro should have. So yeah, absolutely stunning work.
This comes back to the fun of it, right? You got, instead of racing planes now, you're coming out the back of them and then racing.
Exactly, and the challenge, and I'm sure the team here will tell you this, the challenge with showcases for a long time has been, how do we outdo ourselves? How do we go bigger and more ridiculous? And that gets harder and harder and harder, but also what a great challenge to have as a team.
It's worth it, absolutely. Yeah. So I know we shouldn't play favourites, and I'm sure everyone out there does have their favourites, so I'm not going to ask you that, but if you did just have to pick one for a hypothetical desert island gaming rig that I was going to throw you out towards on an island, which one would you take?
You are technically asking that question.
I am technically, yes. I'm just saying it in a roundabout kind of way.
So I have... it's a tough one, and so I see this conversation happen online a lot. Like people have this, what's the best Horizon? What's your favourite Horizon? The thing I love most about like the Horizon community is that the answers to that question like incorporate all 5. You know, there's still people out there that think the first one is the best, and I guess therefore the series has been an enormous letdown since.
I mean, that's one way of thinking about it.
You know, like, but 2 has its advocates, and 3 has its fans, and 4, and obviously 5. I love that everyone has its individual personality, like its own tone of voice. A lot of that comes from the different locations, which make each one feel kind of unique. But also I think it's about the features that we introduced at various times, the different approaches we took to campaign, for example, or what have you. And ultimately it's about where different people were in their lives when they played a particular one that makes it resonate for them, and that's really special to me. So 5, I think, is undeniably the most beautiful. It's the biggest, so I mean, it has so much going for it. 4, we took loads of bold decisions, like having online players in your own world, and the seasons. You know, that really changed the direction.
Seasons changes everything.
They did change everything, didn't they? Yeah. And then 3 is like my personal favourite, because where I was in my life and where this team was in its development, it was just such a fun game to make. I remember it, you know, with such nostalgia. So I always say 3, but like I have love for all of them.
It's interesting. I think I would probably say 3 as well, but mostly because that was the first one that I played. That's when I joined, and it'd been a long time since my childhood I'd picked up a racing game, because I used to play them so much with my dad, and I just felt that sort of fun come to me again. But I picked it up towards the end of the life cycle, so I then immediately went into 4 and just consumed the heck out of that. But 3 is the one I've always wanted to go back to and finish for sure.
Amazing.
What a game. Right, so last chance here. I would like to know some more information about what it sort of feels like to having helped create Forza Horizon and what it means to you as an individual.
Yeah, that's a really good question. I think about that from time to time. Like, I am enormously proud of what we as a team have built over the last decade plus. If you had told me back then in that period I was describing earlier that Horizon would not only come out, but it would have 4 sequels and it would grow to be this enormous racing game that almost transcends the genre.
For sure.
I wouldn't have believed you. You know, even though I was always really ambitious about.
That's what you wanted.
It was
right?
what I was always bullish about its potential, but I don't think I would ever have believed that it would reach the level of success and the size of community, reach the number of people I think that it has done. The thing I've loved most over the years is that people have come up to me repeatedly and said, look, they always say the same thing. They say, I don't really like racing games. I don't play racing games, but I love Horizon. And I think that's testament to the fun that goes into Horizon. There's car stuff there if you want it, and if you don't, there's a ton of other stuff.
Open world, it's accessible.
It's fun with your friends,
Exactly.
and they're always like the most beautiful game of the year, you know? So building a team that own that now, like that it's in the bricks here, it's in the individual team members, and building a community who just love Horizon for the reasons we love Horizon. That means a ton.
Amazing. Thank you so much for joining me today, Ralph. It's been phenomenal to have you here, as
My
always. And now I'm going to throw it back over to me for the rest of the show. Thanks again to me. Oh, thanks, me. Ain't she good? So earlier, as we mentioned, this series sees the return of a much-loved feature from Forza Horizon 5. I'm, of course, talking about Midnight Battles. For those of you who haven't played Forza Horizon 5, shame on you, by the way. Can someone in the room, hands up again, tell me how it works? Walk us through it.
I'll take this.
There we go. Kelly's got this one. Go on, Kelly, take us away.
So when we planned the anniversary, one of the things we thought about was bringing back a feature from one of the previous titles. So we looked back to Midnight Battles from Australia, so Forza Horizon 3, and everyone is going to be super excited because the reward cars are some of our hard-to-find cars, and I have added the Celica SSI, so big fan favourite. I've seen a lot of people requesting that to come back.
I'm sure Zeppi's seen enough of that as well, right?
Yeah, no, for all those that want to sell their cars in an auction house, now is the time. Now is make money now.
Naughty.
Hey, it's economy, it's what it is.
You've been selling yours weeks ago, haven't you?
Anyway, so what were we saying about Midnight Battles?
Yes, so Midnight Battles are 1v1 street races, sort of like a pink slip. So if you win the race, you earn their car. They don't steal your car. That's not the Horizon way, but you can earn their car. And there's
Doesn't seem fair, but I do like that.
it's good for me, but not for them. And you can get the Ford Mustang Mach-1, the Honda CRX Mugen, the Celica SSI, and the Lamborghini Murcielago. Yes. Yeah.
Perfect. Right, we've got a setup here. So shall we check it out and see if we're able to steal a car today?
at the map.
Oh, immediately you can see that's a bit different.
So Stu and Whedon's managed to actually port across the original cinematic. So that is like cut for cut the original cinematic.
Amazing.
They've done an amazing job. We brought back blue flares, matched the cars as close as possible. Level design even tried to match the races as close as possible. So they do similar layouts to the original. Yeah.
That's lovely.
Oh no! Oh no!
That's a run wide.
Oh, there's still chance, folks.
Love the blue smoke there.
It's so cool, the blue. You can just immediately tell you're playing something different within 5.
Yes.
Yes, so they're 4 new routes. So if anyone completed all the races, these are brand new map icons.
He was hiding in the fire.
Oh, you're not going to rewind either. Interesting.
Ooh.
The bravery. Sorry, you were saying there's 4 separate ones, and these are predetermined. Find them on the map.
Yes.
Go smash them and win your cars. Okay.
Yes, you can make event labs there. You can play monthly rivals there.
And I remember you mentioning you have to make sure you go claim the cars, right?
Yes. So
Yes.
when you win, there's new accolades for Midnight Battles, and you can go and claim the cars from there. And to unlock the races, you have to win street races. So when you jump into Series 13, go play a few street races, make sure you win them, you'll start unlocking these.
Awesome. Cool.
And I think even if you already completed street races before,
Yeah.
you still have to complete them to unlock them. So
Gotta go wake them up.
yeah,
Yeah,
because
yeah.
if you complete everything, you just do it again, and then you're gonna start unlocking midnight battles.
Ooh.
And they work through the classes. So the first one is C class, second one's B class, A class, and finale is against the Lamborghini for S1 class.
Cool.
I don't know. You need to rewind.
Yeah.
It was.
Oh, that was a miss. Come on. That
Oh, I
was
had
the most
that.
obvious miss. Even I'm not that bad. There you go. You'll smash the rest of it.
There you have it.
So you were saying these are community favourite cars or most requested, or are they cars that are just sort of synonymous with each title?
So I looked to the originals, which was like a Buick and so forth. I think there was an RX-7. So I kind of picked cars that in Forza Horizon 5 are hard to find, like cool reward cars, but kind of matched back to the originals as closely as possible.
Sure.
Well, sometimes it happens that when people, for example, on Reddit or on social, start saying, "Oh, I need this car to complete my collection."
Yeah.
Like, for example, it was for the Honda Civic 2016, and so I went to Kelly. Hey, Kelly, is there any plans? Can we put it? Yeah. And
People want this one.
I know, right? So that's and then we
Yes,
made it.
yeah.
So good stuff.
We do watch out. We do keep an eye
They
on.
are lucky.
Yes.
They are lucky. This is going to be close, by the way. Oh, is it? Oh, God.
Maybe,
Okay.
maybe.
No.
Nope.
Well,
Next time.
we're showing you how not to do it, so you guys go and do it yourselves. We won't be getting the pink slip, but I'm sure certain you will. What we can do is show you something we have won at, and that is to smash the biggest Event Lab prop update we've ever done. So after we've collected these lovely second place prizes, should we take a look at that? Giuseppe, what have we got lined up?
Of course. So essentially, Event Lab is one of those features that we really like to expand on, and like we said, that we're going to implement new props, and we're doing it because we simply see that the community does amazing stuff. I'm not even joking. There is a creator, China, plus a series of numbers that I can't remember. He managed to recreate the USS Enterprise. I can't even pronounce it. Yeah.
God.
And it's actually in PG's choice. Now,
Wow.
why this introduction? Because I think with these props, we're gonna give some more ammunition to those creators that want
Ammunition,
to do.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That want to do something, something cool. So essentially, what am I doing here?
Go back. I think that's one. Across one.
Okay, there you go. No, what am I doing? This one. See, but this is all live, as you can tell. So,
Did you have a
all right.
You talk about them.
I can't play and talk at the same time. I can only do one operation at a time. Thank you very much. That's why I've got developers with me, so that I can actually.
Glamorous
understand.
Don't say that.
Yeah.
I told you you had it wrong when you actually had it right.
Right. So, anyways, if we go in the event blueprint builder library, you can see that in Horizon History is a new category. We have 4 different categories: guest, water, based on the Horizon games that we have. So we have Horizon Colorado, then we have with a series of amazing props like this. There you go.
Lord.
So you can actually,
It's a lot bigger than I thought he was from the side of the road.
Yeah, exactly. You see? And then we have some like bomb finds and essentially, you can also show that one. So you can actually place it there.
It's like an ultra-wide monitor. I love it. It's got like a wallpaper on it.
I haven't tested with ultra-wide. I don't know if you actually fit the entire. I don't know, but So another thing is, are you going already to the Europe? Okay, so if you want a boat, you can also have a boat because that's exactly where a boat should be, in the grass. Yeah. And I don't know if it's actually drivable. I don't know. I haven't tested.
You just asked if that boat is drivable.
No, I need to ask.
I can confirm the boat is not drivable.
Wonderful.
Okay, so
glad we got that on camera.
Mythbusters. So this is of course some decoration inspired from the Horizon Europe, and then you see this is another platform that Horizon 2 enthusiasts will actually remember. And if we see more, we go. This is personally one of my favorites. Look at this. I'm gonna go straight away where I want to go, which is. People are asking, can you actually add, buildings? Okay. Oh, fair enough. So is that enough?
Is that enough?
Right.
I was going to say.
But that's not
Built him as well.
I'm gonna put another one. So it's good because people like make a lot of effort, like people like JCO and Vuku. They really do an amazing job doing the buildings. Yeah. But it's like
making their own building.
Exactly.
From scratch.
And these are drivables, by the way.
Oh,
and another cool feature is that. Let's say I want to create, for example, as you notice, I'm very bad in building anything and also just playing. I can actually even, of course, start to create some weird combinations. And then if I go back to Horizon history, we also added a few pieces that you can actually use the snap functionality, if I find it.
Yeah, so Chris Mayer and Adam have done an amazing job of 97 assets, and next series will also add the bonus boards. It will end up over 100.
Yeah, no, this one is not everyone. But
that
maybe
was
this
a
one.
pipe. What were you planning on?
I have no idea. So I'm just basically putting random pieces to show exactly that we can use the snapping functionality that is compatible with the wheels.
Nice. Okay, I'm sure the community is very inspired by your work.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you know what? I'm gonna actually put a bonfire on this, and it's like, hey. There is a new car here, just like go and get it. There you go. So, so we have, this is of course Horizon UK, and again we have so many. I think.
Are you going to stick a festival up there as well?
Absolutely. So if people want, you know what, we want to turn Mexican roads into UK roads.
Yeah.
No worries, we got you covered.
I have always thought that Mexico was missing UK motorways.
Absolutely.
I think this looks great.
Exactly. So, and then we have it, and so essentially, we're just giving more tools to the community to express their amazing creativity. Because I'm not joking. Like every week, I send some recaps of the amazing stuff that the community does, and people here just love it.
Well, I've just had a little voice in my ear tell me, for those who do not know, we don't directly have chat in the room, but I have been told that they've all just exploded with excitement over this. So.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good. Good to know. Very well. All right, my job here is done.
Wonderful. Is there anything else you want to show, or do you think you've smashed it?
No, I couldn't smash more than this. I mean, it's all broken. So, no, I think it's good.
Great point. Okay, wonderful. So, to recap, you've added 97 new props to Event Lab. I personally cannot wait to see what the community get up to over the next month. Speaking of which, right after the stream, by the way, we're going to be rating last month's Community Spotlight, Batman. What did I tell you though? Some amazing stuff is coming in Series 13, and that update is going to be available next week on Tuesday. Thanks as always to our guests in the studio and all the players out there for watching. Does everyone want to join me in saying adios? Yes?
Adios!
Adios!
Ciao!
We're out, guys.
There we go. That was a good one.
It smells. Ooh.
Yeah, come on out. It's all good.
Stop.
Wow.
Thank you. Oh, want some?
Yeah, I love one. Thank you very much.
I'll leave it here, guys.
Great energy. I mean, a little crap behind there, but what can you do?
I think we're just like really happy. Just like went well. I think
Yeah, it's pretty serious as well.
So, honestly, Callie, just let me know. Like, for Series 14, 15, 16, that's nailed, right? Any information about Series 17 by any chance?
Oh, it's going to be so good. The theme is so good. Me and Chris been
Hey,
messing
well,
all
the game
week.
is still on!
Oh,
Oh, what?